Astronomers found these worlds and thought their telescopes broke. They hadn't. Out there, past everything you can see, are planets that break the rules. Not bend them, break them. A world being eaten alive by its own star. A planet hotter than most of the stars in the sky. A ring so wide it would nearly swallow the orbit of Venus. We grew up with a rulebook for what a world can be. Round, cool beside its star, quiet. Tonight, 6 planets tear that rulebook apart. And the last one is the strangest thing we have ever found. 1,200 light-years away, a planet is already dying. It just hasn't finished. It's called WASP 12b, a gas giant that drifted too close to its star and crossed a line it can't come back from. A year here lasts about a day. One full orbit, 26 hours. That close, the star doesn't just cook it, it pulls it out of shape. WASP 12b isn't round anymore. It's stretched into an egg, bulging toward the star that's killing it. And the star is feeding. Gas streams off the planet in a hot, bright ribbon and spirals down into the star. We can actually watch it happen. The planet is falling inward too, closer every year. In a few million years, it crashes, gone. That's rule 1, broken. A world doesn't have to keep its shape. Now go 750 light-years out to a planet you can barely see. TRES-2b is the darkest world we have ever measured. It swallows light. Of all the sunlight that hits it, it throws back less than 1%. Coal reflects more. Black paint reflects more. This planet drinks nearly all of it. NASA calls it a world of eternal night. For once, that's not hype. But here's what gets under your skin. It sits so close to its star that it's roasting over 1,000 degrees. The energy pours in. Almost none escapes. So the planet is pitch black, and it still glows. A dim, deep red like embers hours after the fire died. Not reflected light, heat leaking out. Rule 2, broken. Light doesn't always come back. The next world looks like home. 64 light-years away, HD 189733b glows a deep, familiar blue. The exact blue of Earth from space. Look once, and your gut says water, oceans, maybe life. Your gut is wrong. The blue isn't water, it's glass. The air is full of tiny glass flecks, scattering blue light the way our oceans fake it. And that glass doesn't drift, it flies. Winds here hit 5,400 miles an hour, 7 times the speed of sound. The worst storm ever clocked on Earth wouldn't even register here. So the glass doesn't fall like rain. It comes at you sideways, faster than sound. NASA has a phrase for what that does to you. Death by 1,000 cuts. A world that dressed up as the most beautiful thing in the sky and turned out to be a planet-sized sandblaster. Rule 3, broken. Beautiful doesn't mean safe. 200 light-years away, it rains rock. K2-141b is a small, rocky world, close to Earth in size. But it hugs its star so tightly that a year lasts about 7 hours. One side always faces the star. That side is a furnace near 3,000 degrees, hot enough to melt the ground into a magma ocean hundreds of miles deep. And it's so hot the rock doesn't just melt, it evaporates. Stone rises into the sky as vapor. Supersonic winds haul that vapor to the frozen night side. There it cools and falls. Rock rain, pebbles of stone dropping out of the sky. The rock flows back toward the magma, melts, rises, and falls again. A weather cycle made of molten stone running forever. Rule 4, broken. Rain doesn't have to be water. Here's a rule that feels unbreakable. Stars are hot, planets are cold. That's the order of things. KELT9b breaks it. 670 light-years away, this planet's day side burns near 4,300 degrees. That is hotter than some stars. A planet outshining suns. At that heat, chemistry stops working. Molecules can't survive there. Not the complex ones, none of them. The heat rips water apart. It rips hydrogen apart. Everything is torn down to bare single atoms. You wouldn't burn on KELT9b. Burning needs molecules, and there are none. You'd come apart into atoms before you knew anything was wrong. And the star is slowly boiling the planet away, layer by layer. One day, only a scorched core is left, the ghost of a world. Rule 5, broken. A planet can be hotter than a star. And now, the strangest thing we have ever found. 434 light-years away, a young star flickered. For 56 days, something crossed in front of it and blocked almost all its light. Not 1% the way a planet does, 95%. Whatever it was gigantic. So astronomers worked backward from the flicker. What they found was rings. But not rings like Saturn's. Rings 200 times bigger. Drop this system around our sun, and the rings would reach out towards the orbit of Venus. Saturn's famous rings would be a bright speck, lost in the middle. At least 37 separate bands with gaps carved between them, and in one gap, signs of a moon being born, right now, out of the rings. We still argue over what it even is. A planet, a failed star. The great eclipse hasn't come back on schedule. But the rings were real. Something out there is wearing them. And that's the thing to sit with tonight. You're hearing this on a small blue rock that follows every rule. Round, cool beside its star, calm enough for oceans, for weather, for you. A world so well-behaved, you grew up on it and never noticed how rare that is. Out there, worlds break every law we thought was fixed. Getting eaten, outshining stars, raining stone, wearing rings that would swallow a solar system, and your rock just keeps turning, gentle, obedient, carrying billions of us who get to look up and be amazed, instead of erased. That isn't boring. That's the miracle you're standing on. Next time, a planet with a tail, like a comet. It's coming apart as it orbits, trailing a stream of its own vaporized rock across space. A world turning to dust in real time. And we can watch it vanish.